Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I copy, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And to give this time to the tailback. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
16 yards on that one and a Raven first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Now a handoff looking right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Come on, set. 60-yard line. Right here. Got double tight. 3 down. 3 down. Rush in. Go. Watch twist. Go. Switch. He's coming. Double up.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Double tight. Even. 4 down. Even. Good. Me. Check. Lucky. Switch.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Lindsay. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the curl. Go.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Here we go. Set. We get the play. Good track. Check. Safe. Go. Watch out.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsay. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
We got this.
Take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Well, how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch that in. Watch that in.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson going deep for Hopkins. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded at about the 28. A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Back.
From midfield now, Haskins. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And all the way down to the 9. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Hey, move. Check three.
They'll run with Lindsey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. One more time with Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsey with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
First down, Ravens.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
45. Mike, 45.
They go play action now. Jackson. Flush to his right. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Pass there he goes, right side. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Son, time to end it. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to clear you up. Don't get nervous. Shoot. Hey, check point to go.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
At the Ravens' 44-yard line.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. To throw again on second down. Haskins. And his throw here's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. The dive unsuccessful. The big fella can't pick it up. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
Motion out of the backfield. Motion out of the backfield. Mike 3.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Double time, double time. Far down. Stand up in. Hop on. Get wrong. No, you. Go. Mike 3. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Mike 3. Combo.
Now it's Haskins. Dancing to his left toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. 3. Don't let him breathe.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on fourth and goal. So on fourth down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McManus able to put it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They go play action with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson, and that's gonna be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. And he comes comes back with one complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On 3rd down, Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Denver. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they even let you play.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Hopkins complete and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Broncos defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Jackson buying time to his left. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Jackson fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Kill. Turn it up.
Third and short, McKinnon. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jackson now down around his goal line. It's complete to Hopkins. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 48, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now Haskins to throw it. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Deshaun Hamilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
I know he ain't got it. Mike 3.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
We're going 25 the mic. That's right. Check.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Haskins. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They run the counter. McKinnon. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Switch. Slam. 36.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey.
You ain't going nowhere.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 18-yard line.
That's a gain. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Undercrunch.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Let's go.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
22, Jet,
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From midfield, here's Carr. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Carr again. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Robinson's got it. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Ready. What's the run? They're running it. Echo.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Jackson. Rolling to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary.